Hi, my name is Samantha Miyanda. I am big on sports. I am currently first Lusaka General Secretary. I am founder of the Girls Sports Mentorship. I am an IOC Young Leader, and I am very passionate about women empowerment in sports and gender equality. I grew up in a sports family. My dad played squash, so sports was literally in my blood. In school, I would do athletics, I would play volleyball, I would play football. But I discovered my passion for football when my brothers used to play in the yard, so I would always play with them, even if I was the only girl. I remember one time my uncle stopping me and saying, "Oh, you can't play with the boys because you're a girl and girls are not supposed to play football." But I went back home and I was upset and I was crying, and my mom and my grandma got very upset and told off my uncle, and they pushed me to play more sports and just do what I loved to do. So I got into, I would call sort of professional football at OIDC. When it just started, my grandma heard about it over the news and they were like, "Oh, Samantha, there's a football team for girls at OIDC, please go start." So I would say my grandma was my first mentor because she told me to always pursue my passion, and my mom always told me your talent will make you dine with kings and queens. So she was very big on talent and she really didn't push the school thing too much. But anyway, when I went to OIDC and I learned now how to really play football, I think my first mentor was Lyson Zulu, the current TD for FAS. He made me look at sports from a different angle where I could still pursue my sports and be able also to develop myself as an individual, and that was also with non-sports activities. And that's how come I got into different sports activities like Rovert, and I became the first young ambassador for the Youth Olympic Games, and started my own NGO which is called the Girls Sports Mentorship, where I strictly just mentor girls and help them with different empowerment opportunities. And unfortunately, I couldn't pursue my football, where I captained OIDC for 5 years, because I had to go to school, and it was hard to balance school and sports because our institutions really do not marry the two. In 2017, I was selected to be part of the IOC Young Leaders. They had this project where they gave young leaders around the world small funding for their proposed projects. So I was selected. I was one of the 3 Africans that were selected for this program, where I total of about 20. So before we got there, a week before, they told us that we were going to present our projects to all the IOC young leaders, and then they're going to pick 3 people to present to the IOC president. So what happened was we traveled to Switzerland, and I remember the day we got to Switzerland, we got there like around 16, and everybody checked in, and then later on a group of young leaders were like, "Oh, let's go to France because then Switzerland is near." Hey? So they were like, "Let's go to France," but then I had no pocket money. So I said, "Oh no guys, I can't go to France, I'm really tired, I need to rest." So that's how come they all went. And what I decided to do was to prepare myself for the presentation, because I believe I am shy and I've got stage fright. So I prepared myself for the presentation, and then the next day came and people got to present. I was one of the last people to present, and I gave my presentation, which went pretty well. I had no idea of the outcomes. I was just telling God, like, I trust that your plans are better for me. Whatever you plan will go. So we had a guest who was, I don't know what NGO he runs, an international NGO. He was one who selected the 3 participants. And I remember him calling the first, and then he called the second, and then he called the third, and the third was me. I was one of the 3 young leaders that were picked. I was the only girl, I was black, I was African, and I was small. So it made me feel very good, because I presented my project to the IOC president, which also led me to present my project at the first Olympism in Action Forum, which was in Argentina, to over 1,000 people. My biggest challenge was stopping football and pursuing a degree in development studies, or rather going to school, because I was very passionate about football and I was very sure that I was going to make a career out of it. But unfortunately, at the time I was playing, the financial support was very minimal for female football. So I was given an option to go to school so that I can get a degree and get a white collar job. And for me, that was one of my greatest challenges. I was actually quitting something I love to do the most. But how I overcame it was I took all the passion I had for football off the field of play and put it into sports administration, so that I can still have a part of sports part of me and still be able to contribute to sports. And my other challenge, I think, personal challenge, was losing my favorite mentor, my grandma, in 2018, because she was my greatest support. When I had to apply for anything, she was the first person I would go to. When I was accepted, she would be the first person I go to. She would encourage me and make me believe, even if I'm female, I can overcome so many things I should not be comfortable with being provided for, but I can actually provide for whatever I wanted. So when she passed away from cancer in 2018, it was one of my greatest setbacks, because I think after she passed, I really didn't do anything with myself until 2021, when I had to get back to my feet and continue to pursue what I love to do. It wasn't easy to get over my grandma's death and get back on my feet, but I honestly relied a lot on God's word and worship music. And I also one day sat and believed that she wouldn't want me to be sulking and throw my dreams down the drain. And I had to get back on my feet to pursue what I love to do, to make her happy, because I knew that's what she wanted for me. So I grew up in a family of love, so I had a very good support system to overcome all my difficulties and the challenges, especially after my grandma. I have my husband was my boyfriend then, William, who was a very good support. It has been a very good support system. He makes me also go through beyond challenges and boundaries. I have my best friends, Justina, Natasha, my mom, my sister, Micah, my brothers. Yeah, my entire family have been a great support system, and they showed me so much love and made me not forget what I want to do and what I want to pursue. I started the Girl Sports Mentorship. Basically, what we do is we do mentorship for girls in sports. I pair them with women in sports who are doing great things. They mentor girls who are still active in sports to pursue their goals and their professional dreams by providing them free mentorship so that they can also excel and get into leadership positions. And the other thing I do is I empower girls with small business loans with no collateral, and a very flexible payment plan, and also a mentor for them to be able to be entrepreneurs while they pursue their sports. This is because what I realized in sports, we have a lot of girls dropping out in sports because there are no financial resources to give the girls. The girls do not make any salary from sports, they just play from the passion. But when a girl turns 18 years old, they need to earn money to support their daily needs. And so many girls are dropping off because there was no income coming in for them. So I decided to come up with this project so that they're able to stay in sports and become entrepreneurs and make their money. I have girls, for example, from hockey. Hockey is a big sport, but a minor sport in Zambia. They do not have salaries for their girls, even at the national team level. So I reached out to a few girls and I was able to give them some seed money to start their businesses while they continue to become elite sports athletes for their federation. And that is my contribution to sports. I would like to have so many girls stay in sports, and if it's money wise, I would like to give them the small seed and different empowerment opportunities, and also just mentor them in life and just help them with their challenges, because also most of the girls in sports come from underprivileged homes, so they've got little opportunities and little access to so many resources, and I am just there to help them get through life and be the champions they want to become. My future plans are to attend a master's degree in sports, and also I would like to work for FIFA or CAF and any big sporting institution, even like the IOC, where I see the Zambian sports in a few years is there'll be a lot of talent emerging, because we've already shown that we're a talented nation, and we already are, I would say, exporting athletes to different parts of the country to play or pursue sports. If we're going to improve our sports facilities and invest in grassroots sports, in the next years, I see Zambia producing a lot of talented elite athletes. We also just need to also reinvest in our sports administrators, because at the end of the day, I feel our sports will not go anywhere further if the people managing it are not educated in the sports environment. So the next few years, when we have all our things in line and put in place, like I mentioned, the infrastructure, education for sports administrators, and investment in grassroots sports, we will reap a lot of medals and go very far with our sports in Zambia. My advice to athletes is that even as you pursue your athletic career, even when you're at your peak, you should plan for your after athletic career, because athletic career is a very short career, and then your life pretty much starts after your athletic career. So you should plan for it now, so that even when you retire, you have something going and you're still relevant for the country and for yourself as well. And also, my other advice is for every girl out there who wants to do sports or just pursue whatever career you want to pursue, is that you can do it, and the people around shouldn't demean you or make you think that you can't because you're a girl, because everybody's capable of doing it. And also, I do not believe this in the next few years is going to be a woman's world. I just believe this world is for all of us, and everybody is entitled to the resources that come from it.